Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome back to my channel, my loves. If you've never been here before, you clicked a very good video to start with. Today we're going to be doing this really beautiful, very just warm and comfy and cozy spotlight eye. But we're going to add glitter and rhinestones, and we're going to make it as special as we possibly can. And then of course we're going to pair it with loud lips, and everything is going to be stunning, absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait. I am using a super affordable palette today as well. I'm going to be using the BH Cosmetics Optimistic AF palette, guys. Okay, first of all, packaging super cute, just basic cardboard packaging. You get a nice size mirror, but you open her up. This is the color story of my dreams. Guys, you know that I am not a neutral girl. I am not a neutral girl, but I tell you what, I will melt for some warm tones. I will melt into a gooey little puddle of love for a yummy warm tone shadow. And not only that, but these are all matte and they're all beautiful. Well, they're not all matte, but there's 6 mattes and 3 shimmers in here. And let me tell you about the shimmers. You see how shiny my lips are right now? That's because I have this one and this one just kind of patted over a matte liquid lipstick. I am living my bronze goddess dream, and I'm going to teach you how to do it too. Super easy, really just very straightforward. Not a ton of blending, not a lot of finesse. We're just going to like really jump right into it. I'm going to show you guys how it is done. How has everybody been? Oh, swatches of the palette on my arm. So the first one is the yellow shade. So the first one is Happy Camper. The second one is Half Full. The second one is Bright Side. The third one is Half Full. The fourth one is Good Vibes Only. That's that red shade. The next one is Silver Lining, which is that really beautiful kind of like red toned rusty brown color. The next one is Smiley Face, which is that really beautiful like caramelly camel color. And then the 3 shimmers are, starting from the lightest, Happy Camper, LOL, and Radiate. Absolutely stunning. They go on the eye like a dream. Really, the BH Cosmetics formula is just is a makeup lover's just like everything. So easy to work with. And not only that, guys, but we're gonna be like really not picky and not like fussy today, and we're gonna do 99% of this eye look with the same brush. This is again from BH Cosmetics, and I thought it was fitting to use the Say It brushes. So this is the Say It smudge brush. It is just a teeny tiny kind of fluffy brush. I would call this like a detail blender, detail blending. To me, a smudge brush is more like this e.l.f. smudge brush. But I feel like this one is more of like a blender, like a detail blender. And I'm still sniffing. I still have the allergies. We're gonna ignore it. Hopefully I'm not sniffing through the whole video. So eyeshadow primer is the NYX Ultimate. Guys, I absolutely love this eyeshadow primer. It is so good. It is, dare I say it, even maybe a little bit better than my Believe one. I still love my Believe Beauty eyeshadow primer. It's still my favorite, but this one is really good. The Believe Beauty will forever and always be my favorite because it's under $5. This one, not so much, but they're both absolutely fantastic. And I have actually a few of these, so I've been going to town on them, and I love them so much. So that's already on my eye. We're primed and ready to go. For my eyebrows, I've been doing something a little bit different. What do we think about my eyebrows? I think they look a little bit more natural, not quite so bold and like blocky. I've been using this NYX eyebrow powder pencil. So you've got a spoolie on one side. I love this spoolie too. It's short, but it's got really long bristles on it. So it really like gets into my hairs and really separates everything. And then the pencil part of it is like, it's super creamy, so you don't have to like press very hard at all. And it just kind of like goes onto the eyelid, but the color is absolutely fantastic. Mine is in the shade Blonde, but it's got this really beautiful like cooler undertone that just kind of like really works for me. I have been enjoying it. And then of course I go in with my my NYX Thicket, because this stuff is my absolute favorite brow gel right now. And then if I want some like more hair-like strokes, I will go in with my Brow Flick, the NYX Lift and Snatch. I have mine in the shade Ash Brown. I like to do a lighter colored pencil and then go in with a darker pen and like kind of bring a little bit of dimension into the whole thing. So this is one color, and then my gel is another color, and my pencil is another color. And I just feel like that makes it look a little bit more natural, because if you look at anybody's brows, they're never the same exact color the whole way through. There's always dimension. My husband, I'll tell you what, my husband has gray and red in his eyebrows. It is absolutely insane. Okay, so we're just going to jump right into it. As we swatched, we talked about eyebrows. Let's go into the palette. So we're not going to do any kind of like base shade. We're not going to set our eyeshadow primer. We're going to go in on the Say It smudge brush, and we're going to go in with the darkest shade in the palette. So this was Silver Lining. This beautiful, beautiful, like rusty brown. And these are super, super pigmented, so you're not going to want to get a ton on your brush at one time. We're just going to literally, I'll show you. We're literally just going to tap into here just a couple times. And if we got to go back in, we can go back in, but it is always easier to add than it is to subtract. I'm going to start on the outer edge of my eye and just kind of start tapping that onto my outer corner. I'm going to come up and do my angled line up to about as high as I want to take my eyeshadow, and then I'm going to start bringing it in, following the natural contour of my eye. But I'm not going to take that dark color too far in, because I really want to blend it in with the next color we're going to use. So I'm really just going to focus this on the very outer edge. I'm not going to try to blend this or anything right now. I'm really just packing on my shape. Just like that. Super, super easy, no fuss, no muss. And you can really see that kind of warmer, chocolatier, like rusty undertone when it's on the eye. But they are beautifully buildable, and they blend like a dream. And I'm really just gonna keep that really on the very, very farthest corner of my outer edge. Just like that. And of course, we don't have base on yet, so we can definitely go back in and clean up later if we need to. But for the most part, that's where we're at. We're gonna take the same brush with the same color, and we're gonna bring it into our inner corner. And we're gonna start doing the same thing. Tapping. To place our color. And bringing it up just a little bit higher. Just kind of tapping it on and trying to make sure we get a nice clean line up at the top edge, just like that. Now, I know it looks super, super funky and really not cute right now, but this is a trust the process kind of look, and we will get there, I swear. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know what my next color is going to be. My next color is going to be Smiley Face, which is absolutely beautiful, like caramel camel color. It is so warm and so rich and so just... If an eyeshadow could be unctuous, that's what this is. It is just absolutely stunning. We're going to take the same brush, and I'm going to wipe it off on my towel here. And then we'll go into that color and start building in towards the center of our eye. So, my son is on this thing where he's trying to not spend so much time on his phone, which is nice because he spends his entire life on that phone, and it kills me. And he's getting to a point now where he's 12, and the whole want to spend time with mama and like be together kind of thing is going away slowly but surely, quicker than I want it to, but it's going away. So the last couple of days though, he has been on this kick where he's been not wanting to spend so much time on his phone, which is so nice because that means he's been wanting to spend more time with me, and I will take it. I will take it for sure. But it really just kind of means he's still at the point where he, like, you know, kids, they need constant entertainment. So I legitimately haven't been able to do... Oh, my babies are barking at the door. I legitimately haven't been able to do anything the last couple of days because I've been enjoying spending time with my bubba. But what we ended up doing yesterday was we went to the Family Dollar, and we saw this make your own soap kit. Like, you melt down soap and you mold it, and you can stick all kinds of like creepy crawlies in the soap molds, and like you put it in the freezer and it like solidifies, and like you have a bar of soap. It's like making your own bar of soap, but you get to put all kinds of like bugs in the soap, and you get to color it with food dye. He had the best time doing that. He ended up making 3 bars of soap, and he did so good. He even he went up into the cupboard and got my food dye, and he added like food dye, and he made 1 green one and a purple one and a red one, and he got vanilla. He got the vanilla extract because he said soap is supposed to smell good. So he got the vanilla extract, and he even added the vanilla to the soap. And it actually smells like vanilla. He's been using it to wash his hands all day today. I tell you, it is the cutest thing ever. And then not only that, but he's got this like sense of accomplishment and pride because he made it, you know, which is even better. See how pretty that looks? We still have the definition on the outer corner, but they're both beautifully blended. So we're getting this absolutely stunning, like, gradient from outer to inner. And it is so pretty. It's going to build up to this really beautiful, very shiny shimmer shade right there in the center. And it's going to make it look like it is glowing. It is going to be so, so pretty. So we're just 2 colors in right now, but we already have so much beautiful dimension going on. Those 2 colors blended into each other seamlessly. So we're going to move on to our third. I'm going to take the same brush. I'm going to clean it off on my towel right here. And we're going to go into Bright Side, which is this one right here. This one is still got that kind of like, I want to say it's a cross between a mustard and an orange. Like, it's an orange mustard because it's got that like mustard, like grungy kind of undertone. But then it's got like that orange, like that really warm orange kind of tone front and center. It is really, really pretty. And we're just going to start tapping this slightly overlapping. And we're going to start, instead of going at a slant, we're going to start going straight up and down. And this is going to be a really, really kind of thin line of this because we still have to keep room and save room for our yellow. But this is really going to help it to fade a little bit better. And the whole time we're being very aware of the line. Are y'all being able to see anything that I'm doing? I hope so. We're going to be very aware of this line up here. And I'm just slightly overlapping everything. Using very, very gentle pressure. And then I'm finally going to connect the line. Just like that. Oh, I love it so much. It is doing nothing but making me happy. Oh, okay. So, same brush. Make sure this line over here is nice and blended. And not only that, but I love a good one brush look. Because I will tell you, I am the world's worst at washing my brushes. I am very good about cleaning them after every time I use them on my towel, but to like actually wash them with soap, I don't do very often. So when I can use just one brush and I don't really have to like sit here for 20 minutes after I'm done wiping pigment off of my brush. That always makes me a happy camper. We're going to go into this really beautiful, bright, bold yellow color. This is called Ray of Sunshine, aptly named. And we're just going to start packing this right up the center of this eye look. We're going to start smaller towards our lash line. And then as we work our way up, we're going to go wider and wider. Just to however wide you are comfortable with. But by doing this, we're not getting any harsh edges or no harsh lines. And it's going to give it that glow effect when we put the shimmer on. The reason we're putting the yellow on underneath the shimmer is because I want the shimmer to have that really rich, like golden undertone. And this yellow is perfect for that. See how it looks on the eyes? It looks like a sunset eye, but on crack. It is so, so, so gorgeous. I love it so much. So that's pretty much it for the eyeshadow up here. We're going to go into a different brush now. So this is the Dew Color 11. This is what I would call a shader brush, a small shader. And we're going to go into the shade LOL, which is this really beautiful, like golden bronze sunset shimmer color. It is so, so stunning. And it is so pigmented, guys. I'm just going to tap my brush into there, and I still got that much pigment. And then I'm going to go in with my spray. This is my NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop spray. And I'm just going to do a couple of spritzes onto the brush. And I'm going to start at the bottom lash line. And I'm going to do the same thing with the shimmer that I did with the yellow. I'm going to kind of start wiggling it on to the center of my lid. And getting wider the closer I get to the upper edge. Just like that. And tell me that doesn't look like a sunrise to you, or a sunset. I'm not sure which one. I always get them confused. I think it's a sunset, maybe a sunrise. I don't know. I honestly don't know, but it's absolutely stunning. Makes me think of the sun in the sky going up or down. Either way, it's absolutely just so pretty. I'm going to do that one more time. Not that it needs it, because it's intensely pigmented and the color saturation is so rich. I really don't need to do this, but I'm extra and I want to go for overkill. You definitely don't even really need to spray your brush either. But I did because I wanted that really intense, like foiled effect. Just like that. Oh, now it literally makes the middle of your eye look like it is glowing and like flying off of your face. It is so, so pretty. Oh my goodness. Looks like this, even though they're super, super neutral, they really just make my heart do funny, funny things. So close up real quick. That's what she looks like. Isn't she beautiful? For a little bit of a highlight, we're going to take this e.l.f. eyeliner brush. It's just a flat brush, very flat, kind of stiff brush. And we're going to go into the shade Happy Camper, which is, believe it or not, a duochrome. So it looks white in the pan, but it definitely has a golden shift to it. I'm going to take it just a little bit on this brush and bring it through the highest part of my brow. You see how golden it is on the eye? Oh, so, so pretty. I'm going to also put some on my inner corner here and bring it through on my bottom lash line. Just a touch. It's just going to help to pull a little bit more light into the eye. And I really like to go hard on my inner corner highlight. You definitely do not need to go this hard if you're not comfortable with it. It's the beautiful thing about makeup. It is very, very personalizable, whatever. Oh my goodness, I'm having such a brain fart. It is very much, you do what you want to do. There are no rules. So, bottom lash line. For the bottom lash line, we're going to go in with this e.l.f. This is an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. To me, it looks like a small shader or a smudger brush. So it's just a very thin kind of, I would say medium density, medium firmness. And first, we're going to go into this orange color. So this is called Half Full. Very, very gently. And I'm going to put this directly on my lash line. Even that orange is insanely pigmented. And then I'm going to go into Smiley Face. This one right here. And I'm going to kind of smudge that out. I really just kind of want the warmth underneath my eye from the orange. And it's almost like my little pop of color. Just like that. And then we're going to go in with the same brush into Silver Lining, which was that really beautiful deep dark color. Very, very little on our brush. And I'm going to take this again right on my lash line. I'm going to bring that all the way through. This is just going to deepen it just enough that it's going to help to mirror the colors on our lid. Just like that. Really, really beautiful. I'm going to wipe my brush off. And then I'm just going to go over everything one more time. Make sure everything's nice and blended. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so for eyeliner, we're going to use my e.l.f. No Budge Eyeliner in the shade Black. I've really been loving this one recently. I ran out of my Milani one, and this one was what I had, and I absolutely love it. It is very much like the Milani in the sense that it doesn't move. It does not move once you lay it down. Once it dries and once it sets, it's there. It's not moving anywhere, and it doesn't kind of like ball up on my inner corners and migrate on me and get all nasty. So I really enjoy that about it. I will say it's not as creamy as the Milani one. The Milani one just kind of glides on like butter, but this takes just a tiny bit more effort, but still a very, very, very good eyeliner. Now you definitely could use brown for this if you wanted to. I'm using black just because I want a little bit more drama. But you could totally use brown. It would be absolutely stunning as well. I actually did try brown first. I tried, did I put it away? I did. I tried a brown eyeliner first. I think it was a Maybelline Unstoppable eyeliner in the shade Cinnabar. So this is the color I tried first, but it wasn't intense enough for me. It did like soften everything up and give it a very kind of like romantic, dreamy feel, which is beautiful. That just wasn't the direction I wanted to take this look. I wanted to go a little bit more graphic and a little bit more in your face. So we're using black. And then we're going to address the glitter in the room. So on my lash line for this eye, I did kind of like a glitter wing and then dotted that with rhinestones. We're going to do the same thing on this eye. I'm going to take a little bit, did I put my, I did. So these are my two adhesives of choice. So I really like the Hard Candy Glitter Stay. And then for the rhinestones, I'm going to do the Duo Strip Lash Adhesive in the shade White. Dries clear. Really kind of run-of-the-mill stuff. We're going to go in with the glitter glue first. And I'm going to put just a touch on the back of my eyeshadow case. And then I'm going to go in with a angled brush. This is a Morphe teeny tiny little angled brush. And I'm going to paint this along my lash line. I'm going to dip it into the glitter stay. And I'm just going to start from my inner corner. And I'm just going to start painting that. All along my lash line. So last night we made soap. And then, I don't know if any of y'all are into board games, but Shauna and I love board games. We love board games, and we love puzzles, and all that kind of good stuff. So the night before, we played this game by Universal Studios. It's called Horrified. If any of y'all have played it, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to know if we're the only ones in the world who know what that game is. But it is so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to use this BH Cosmetics glitter. This is in the shade Pumpkin Spice, I think. Spiced pumpkin. It is an absolutely stunning, kind of like bronzy gold, green, just absolutely, oh, I didn't spill it. Beautiful, beautiful glitter. Super, super multidimensional and perfect for this look. I'm going to take this e.l.f. small angled brush and I'm going to dip it into my glitter. And I'm just going to start, oh, before I do that, I am going to put a layer of mascara on. And I find that really, all it does is help keep the glitter. Too much glitter from getting into my eye. I'm not going to do like full mascara yet. I'm just going to do like a tiny coat. Just to give the glitter something to fall onto. And also some of the glitter will kind of stick to my lashes and the wet mascara. And just intensify the glitter effect, which I'm here for anyway. So going back into my e.l.f. brush, my small angled brush. I'm going to start, but look how pretty that glitter is. I'm going to start packing and pressing that glitter onto my lash line. I want it nice and thick and nice and opaque. So I'm really taking my time and really pressing the lash glue, or the glitter, into the glitter glue. And then when I get to my outside, I'll press it in to the shape of the wing that I want. Guys, I think it really does make just the biggest difference. And you guys know I'm all about those kind of little details that really matter when you're standing face to face with someone. Those little details really do matter, and they really do make a difference. Just makes people look at you and think, wow, you know. I'm gonna go in with another layer of mascara really quickly. I'm starting to love this mascara. This is the Maybelline Rocket Volume. Guys, I hated this when I first opened it. I know I've said something about that in every single video I have filmed since I opened it, but my eyes have been so watery because of my allergies. I literally cannot use anything other than like a seriously waterproof mascara. And I will tell you what, this thing has not smudged on me. I don't find that it flakes. The formula is fantastic. I just wish that it did a little bit more for my lashes. I mean, it says Volume Express, but it just doesn't give me the volume that I really want. Like, it makes my lashes darker, but it doesn't really make him any longer. It doesn't give him any, it doesn't really give him any volume. And it almost, I want to say, makes my lashes look a little bit frizzy. Like, can y'all see that? Like, it really doesn't do much for my lashes at all. But, y'all, I spent money on it. And I paid for it. So I'm going to use it. Waste not, want not. I'll just know better next time. I will say that it is getting just a touch better the longer it sits, like the longer it's been open. It is much better now than it was the first time I used it. But it's still nothing to write home about. Okay, so. So pretty, so pretty. Okay, we're going to take a big fluffy brush and we're going to try to swipe some of that glitter fallout away. But it is there. It's there to stay. It's all over. That's okay. I don't mind being a glitter bug today, because that's kind of the point. But it is so pretty. I definitely am going to, when I post my pictures, I will have, because we've been here for 30 minutes already, so we don't have time to do a base today. But make sure you check out my last video, all about drugstore contour. I went, like, in depth about contour and how to, like, thrust things forward and sink things down. I really went into, like, minute detail for you guys, and really just kind of mapped out how I contour my face and why and what I use. And then I gave you guys a comprehensive list of everything all of the good contours, not really contour because it's hard to get actual contour from the drugstore, but all of the bronzers I have found over the years, and the ones that I really like. And I gave you different price points as well, just in case. But if you guys are watching me, it's because y'all are just as cheap as I am, and y'all love the drugstore just as much as I do, and there ain't no shame in it. So I'm going to take a little bit of this Duo Lash Glue, and I'm going to put just the smallest amount, guys, just the teeniest, tiniest drop on my palette. And then I'm going to take my tweezers here, and I have this... it is a set of rhinestones that I got off of Amazon, and I'm going to use the second smallest ones, so size 5. So this is what it looks like. They're just all different sizes of clear rhinestones, and I'm going to take the second smallest size, and I'm going to take them on my little tweezers. You guys can definitely fast forward through this part if you want to. I'm going to very gently dip it. Now it does dry clear, so don't worry. If you can see the lash glue, it dries clear, so you won't see it in just a minute. And I'm just going to place these at intervals right on top of the glitter. And it's just going to add another dimension of shimmer and shine. And it feels very euphoric to me. I know everybody and their mama is doing Euphoria inspired looks, and I guess this is just my contribution, but I think this is so pretty. I feel like this is probably something Maddie would wear for sure. She'd probably do a much bigger black wing liner than I've got going on, but these are 100% her tones. Just like that. I got lash glue all over that one, but it's okay. It's on the eye, and that's what matters. So, my loves, this is the finished eye look. Oh, let's do a little bit of mascara on the lower lash line. Cannot forget that. We don't want to darken up our lower lash line too much. So I'm just going to do enough to define my lashes. And no more. So just enough so that you can see them. You can see that they're there, but they're not darkening anything up too awful much. And that's it. Guys, oh, for my lips, to outline my lips, I used the NYX, just the regular NYX lip pencil in the shade brown. Guys, this is my go-to. I love this color. It is the perfect brown liner. And then I went on the outsides of my lips with this Jeffree Star lipstick. This is the shade Top Shelf. So this is a mini liquid lipstick, a mini velour liquid lipstick. I got in the mini nude set volume 2. And then on the inside, I went in with my Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink in the shade... What shade are you, baby doll? In the shade 55 Driver. Really, really beautiful, super, super nude color. And I did kind of an ombre lip. I then went into my eyeshadow palette. Let's do this real quick. I then went into my eyeshadow palette and went in with the shade Radiate. So the darker shimmer, and I just kind of patted it right into the center, just a little bit wider. And then I went into LOL and did that right in the center, and then just kind of smacked my lips together. And then I went over that with one very, very last thing. This is the NYX Multichrome Duochrome. This is the NYX Filler Instinct Plumping Lip Polish, but mine is in the shade Cheap Fills. It is fantastic. It's a little bit sticky, so if you are not big into sticky glosses, probably not for you, but the shade of this is just so killer. And I didn't put it anywhere but right in the center of my lips. Just to make my lips look nice and big and pouty and super, super big, like juicy. And it's perfect. It matches perfectly. You could 100% just use the Driver Super Stay, or you could 100% just use, well, basically any nude lipstick, warm toned or neutral, but warm toned preferably. Nude lipstick would look absolutely beautiful with this. You could pair it with a yellow one. You could pair it with orange. The possibilities are endless. This is just what I landed on today. Thought it matched my nails, and I feel very, very cute. Guys, I love you so, so much. As always, no filters, no edits, no fancy lighting. It's just me sitting in front of my camera doing my makeup, hoping y'all are enjoying what I'm doing. As always, I will post everything that I used in today's video in the description box below, and I will be posting finished pics over on my Facebook page, Makeup for the Everyday Mama. Before you guys leave, make sure you like and subscribe. Really leave me that thumbs up. Comment. Let me know what you thought about today's look. Let me know if you have today's palette. The palette of the day is the Optimistic AF from BH Cosmetics. It is an absolutely stunning, warm toned, just delicious neutral palette. Let me know if there is a palette that you guys would like me to test or try out. Just talk to me. I would love to hear from you guys. With that being said, I'm going to hop off of here. But I do love you so, so very much. I will see you next time. And until then, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and remember, you're important. Bye.